Almost started without actually pressing record. Wouldn't want that. Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today. Actually, I just got back from my vacation yesterday, and so I don't know what order things are going to get posted in, but this is like the first actual video that I will be filming since coming back from vacation. So it's been a while for me, and hopefully it hasn't been that too long for you. Having watched some of my videos while I was gone, I managed to post a few. But while I was gone, I had quite a bit of Happy Mail accumulate. And I am kind of chomping at the bit to see everything, to share everything. And I even got some new pens in my collection, and I definitely want to ink those up, but I thought the only way to be fair would be to actually see all the inks that I have available to me. And so that means we're going to swatch these brand new inks that are new to my collection. So I wanted to split this up because I got quite a bit of ink from the Birmingham Pen Company. I managed to get in on one of their sales when they had like a bunch of their inks like packaged together as sets. So I bought, here they go, I bought 2 separate sets of 4 inks, and then I also got one that was just on its own, and I really wanted to have that ink in my collection. So this is the first go-around for me for this pen brand, yeah, and I'm very, very excited. So if you want to see what I got from the Birmingham Pen Company, let's go ahead and get started. All right, now as I get everything set up, I just want to recap. Basically, when I do get a new ink in my collection, I've got my ink swatch card. This is just like 80-pound mixed media paper. Not like super great, but this is what goes into my actual ink catalog. And I know I've shown this off before. So this is where, you know, I have a good view at a quick glance what all my colors are. So that's the purpose of those cards. And then, of course, this is my ink swatch journal where I do a lot of like ink swatching, currently inked. I don't know where this blue ink came from. Nothing that I touched today should have blue ink on it. Anyway, so that's a chance for me to see what the ink is going to look like on Tomoe River paper. I don't know which one I want to get started. Maybe let's do these big bottles because these were the ones, I don't know, I love all of them. I love all of them. I will tell you that this brand really, like, their branding is on point. Their branding is super on point. Let's go with this one first because I'm actually very, very excited for this one. This is Butcher's Broom. Oh boy, all of their names are like super cool. They're like all of their aesthetic was just so awesome. Like it's very, I don't know, like, gosh, what's the actual, like, description for it? What is the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know. I've got vacation brain still, I think. Yeah, so I'm playing with a glass dip pen today. Playing with a lot of new things today. I also got a new nib holder for my Kakimori brass nib. I don't know, I kind of wanted to, like, give this one just a little bit of a rest, but I ended up getting the Tachikawa nib. My Kakimori actual, like, nib holder, water got underneath where the glue kind of adheres the nib holder, and it wasn't usable anymore. I'll have to, like, re-glue it. But honestly, the other thing was, like, I don't want to spend $30 on a new nib holder. So this one was $6, and it holds the Kakimori brass nib. The thing is, the most important thing is going to be the brass nib itself. So I figured, why not? It comes with a cap. So I also got that nib holder, but I don't know. We'll see how this glass nib works for me. It's been a while since I've played with a glass nib, so I just kind of wanted to see where I was at. This is exactly the color I had hoped it would be. Butcher's Broom. So this actually, I should say, I purchased all of these Birmingham Pen Company inks back when I did my July ink haul with all of those like endless pens, cult pens, ink swatches that I've already done on the channel. And they take a while to ship. They're very, very transparent that it's just like a two-man show. It's a family-owned business, so it took a while for these to ship. So that's why they're here in the August ink haul. But when I was in the mood to purchase all of these inks, I was very much in a fall mood, just like when I was doing all of those July inks. So that's kind of like the theme that I went with these inks. Now, at first glance, let's take a look at it up here. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's exactly the kind of like red I love. I mean, Butcher's Broom is the exact... That's a great description for this ink. Just like that maroony burgundy. Very excited about this ink. And it comes in a 100 ml bottle, so I better love it. Now I am just going to use one of these little mini pipettes from my Dominant Industries inks. Wow, that's going to be a lot. Okay, I have to swatch it in the middle so that way this left hand doesn't get all over. Okay, first one done. That looks awesome. I'm actually going to switch back to the brass nib after I just got done saying I'm going to give this one a break. But the actual holding of that glass nib, not super comfortable, and this has a little grip on it, so let's use that instead. Okay, the next one from that collection, this is Iron Ore. Let's go ahead and try this one. I forget the like actual name they kind of like lumped these swatches as. Ooh, this is different than I thought it would be. Interesting. Okay, maybe I wasn't paying very close attention. I thought this was going to be a gray. Did I screw it all up? This is not a gray ink. Yeah, this is not a gray ink. Is it? It's a... what is this? Like a gray brown? Well, that is vastly different than what I was expecting. That's like, that's a gray brown. What does it look like when I write with it? Much darker. It has brownish purple in there, but like the gray is poking through. What an interesting color. I will have a hard time figuring out where to categorize this. Kind of like, I don't know, does that kind of reminds me of Noodler's American Aristocracy in the like dark brownish purple. Maybe that's where I'll put it. Interesting. Okay, that was Iron Ore. What a fantastic color. So perplexing. I really was not expecting that. This one I hope is going to be what I'm expecting. This is Ambered Adobe. This one looks like it's going to be right up my alley in terms of like those oranges that I've been obsessed with. And taking a look at the cap, it does look to be that way. How many of like one color is too much of one color? That's a good question. Because I just have been playing around with Arizona Sky Citrus from Dominant Industries. That was in my last haul. This one's going to be deeper than that one. Very much got those earth browns underneath that orange. Beautiful color. Gosh, how many oranges can I have? Because I've been racking up the orange. I'm really glad this one came in that set. I was thinking about ordering it like separately just in general because of this love affair I've been having with orange. But since it came at like a discounted price by being in the set, that worked out in my favor. So far, my impression overall of Birmingham Pen Company's inks, here's the close-up, is that they're wet and they've been well behaved on the nib. I would be very excited to see these in a pen. I would just have to make my choice of which one I'm going to put in a pen, because I've enjoyed all of them so far, and just like really haven't had any problems. This looks lighter on the Tomoe River paper than in the swatch, but I feel like that's all of the inks and just like this paper in general, because that mixed media paper really like soaks the color in. Okay, another one I'm very excited for. This one is Weeping Willow. This is going to be a green one. Ooh, I hope this is like more bright. I'm hoping for a bright green. So anyway, I've been swatching inks. I haven't really gotten a chance to tell you all about my vacation, in case you were interested in that. But I am down in Texas. We road tripped all the way up to Minnesota, where we are originally from, and brought my son there for the first time, and he caught his very first fish. Oh my gosh, this is great. This is a great color. This has, wow, I want to ink this up right away. Holy cow. He caught his first fish, and of course we put it back because he's 2, and we just caught like a little sunfish off the dock for him. And what else did he do? I don't know, that was like the big one that we did for him. I mean, we visited with a lot of relatives, basically. That was like the first time I had been back up there in quite a long time. So it was like, let's play catch up with everybody. And it was so funny because like I had a few people that I really wanted to see. Some friends of mine. And then like word got out very quickly that we were going to be in town. And so I had to like basically like put a calendar invite, book everybody. It was wild. Word got out very quickly that we were in town. This color is just mind-blowing. Wow. This is so unique. This is a green, but like not as green as I was hoping for. Because it's definitely, see these brown, like this like tannish color? Oh, this is like a weeping willow tree. Oh my gosh. And when you write with it, it dries down. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. I mean, it's like it goes down green, drying down, and it dries down to like this tan. Super cool. Oh, that was a bad swipe. Then my son got to meet his great-grandfather on that side. So it was like they got a picture with like the 4 generations on that side, on his father's side. So that was really fun. You know what this is also reminding me of? Like Burma Road Brown by Noodlers. That's kind of the same thing, where it like goes down green but has this like khaki undertone to it. Very cool. My big thing during the vacation was I drove up there specifically to go see Ed Sheeran in concert with my sister. We had bought tickets to his big stadium tour like last year, like a year and a half ago, basically. And I remember when I bought these tickets, all my coworkers were like, seriously? That's like a year and a half from now. I'm like, yeah, it is. And I was so pumped. So we saw him. We originally bought the tickets for Saturday night because he was only doing the stadium tour. And then he surprised all of his fans by saying, hey, I'm releasing a new album. And guess what? I'm going to also tour with that. And so I'm going to play these smaller shows the day before the stadium tour. And so my sister and I got tickets to that. So we saw Ed Sheeran 2 nights in a row, It was wonderful. That was not our first time seeing him live, I'll be honest. We had seen him 3 times before. We are big fans. So it's like not abnormal for me to like travel across the country to go where she's at to see him. So that was the highlight of my trip. And that was like the very end of our trip. So basically I'm at the concert Saturday night. And then, mom's out on the town. I don't have my son with me. I stayed overnight at my sister's place. And so we like met up with some friends after the concert. I cannot tell you the last time I ended up doing that because I was out way late. And then basically the next morning my husband picked me up and then we drove home all the way back down to Texas. So what a cool color. What a cool color. This is not what I was expecting. Wow. And like when it pools up, it's still like that green. What a cool color. The color of my water is also very interesting right now. Can you see the color of my water? It's like that green is like floating to the top. So these 4 were that initial collection that they had bundled together. Now this one was the one that I ordered by itself. So this one is eroded bronze. Basically I saw Ginger Peachy Pens swatch a bunch of Birmingham Pen Company inks, and this was the ink out of that whole swatch where I was like, well, that means I have to order. That means I have to place an order for Birmingham Pen Company. So it was eroded bronze that I initially wanted to try. Let's go ahead and give this a whirl. So let's see. On vacation, I mean, if you're from that area of the country, the big thing up there is like, I mean, I guess everywhere in the United States is like, everybody's got their own regional fish fry. So up there, it is walleye. A lot of the Great Lakes states will have walleye. And I haven't had some in a long time because down in the South, a lot of people will fry up catfish. Which it's really interesting to see like the mentality, like when you go from one end of the country to another. Oh, I love this. Oh, how many of these kinds of colors can I possibly have? I don't know. This is like 54th Massachusetts. All of those like Shinkai, all of those like blue grays, navy grays. So as I was saying, like most parts of the country are going to have like their own regional fish fry, but it's also really interesting because of the like mentality that the areas have regarding like your local fisheries, your local, I guess basically like the local produce, like locally sourced ingredients of what's available. So it's so interesting because I grew up, like I said, up north, Minnesota, Great Lakes region, great, like a big fishing area, right? Well, catfish up there is like a mudfish. And it's a bottom feeding fish and it's not considered like a good catch. But down here, down south, that's like what people go for. And I never really enjoyed catfish until I moved down here. So it was really interesting, I guess, for that like mental shift to take place to be like, oh, I actually do enjoy this fish that I grew up with a prejudice against because there's like such a bounty of this like other fish up there. But all that to say, I just haven't had walleye in several years. I haven't had like my hometown kind of like cooking in several years. And that was really fun too, just to have like the family prepare food that you haven't had in a long time. Now I don't know if like, because now it's drying down like more gray. I want to see what it looks like on the Tomoe River paper. My son, got to hang out with his grandparents and aunties and uncles. There's a big age gap. Wait, what am I doing? That's not what I wanted to do. There's a big age gap between him and his cousin. So he didn't really play with his cousin. So he's basically, the baby. So they had all the toys for him. He came home with quite the loot, basically. And if you're a parent and you're like, I don't want him to have that many toys, and then Grandma and Grandpa get a hold of him and then load him up, that's exactly what happened to me. So, like, our car ride home was vastly different just because, like, the amount of room that we had, it was non-existent because we had, like, a whole bin of toys. And then they got him one of these sit-and-spins. Do you remember? Does anyone remember sit-and-spins? They got him a sit-and-spin. Yes, that's the color I was hoping for. Oh, look at, it's like kind of pinky purple, but like gray on top. Ooh, yes. Looks so good on this Tomoe River paper. I'm going back and forth between ink swatching and story time. So anyways, they got him one of those. And I mean, he's not very old. He could kind of figure it out, but he was kind of stymied by it. He'll have to grow into that one. But my husband was so funny. Like, he tried to like leave that, he tried to leave that there. And Grandpa caught it and was like, oh no, I can pack it for you. So yeah, that ended up coming all the way back with us. I opened my freezer today, and I completely forgot that we also got loaded up with a bunch of frozen walleye. So now I'm like, oh my god, I like don't have any room in my freezer for anything else, and I don't have like a big garage freezer. I don't have a standalone freezer, a chest freezer. I just have the freezer that is attached to my fridge. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. How pretty. How pretty. What a great first half of the swatch party. So let's kind of get these going. Okay, so I have Pennsylvania Slate and Pennsylvania Fieldstone, Ohio River, and then this one must be Kentucky Bluegrass. This is like the bright green. Yep, Kentucky Bluegrass. Okay. Well, I want to see what this green is going to be. Let's go ahead and get that one going. Very green. I don't have anything, surprisingly, that's like this bright of a Kelly green. Which it's good that it came in this collection because I don't know if I like would have gravitated toward that. And to be honest, it's probably good that it's in a smaller bottle too, because like this just isn't a green that I go for. But it could be fun to have around the holiday time. Okay, this is what it looks like up close. Yeah, I don't have anything that's like this close to a Kelly green, like something so in the middle. All my greens have been like very light or very dark. Now we have to get creative with my hand position because I don't... How much do these have left to dry? I could probably... Okay, welcome to left-handed pen usage. I'm going to put that over there so I can hopefully just rest my hand on this. That's still drying down, so I want to avoid that. Okay. I should really, I mean, I know it exists, and I should really buy some blotting paper. But I just haven't, you know? It's like one of those things where I know that's a good thing to have as a lefty and someone who likes to close their books right away without fully waiting for ink to dry. But it's also like, man, I could spend that $10 on something else pen related. Okay. This is a grass green that is aptly named. Okay, yeah, I think I would play with that one like in the holiday time. Okay, here is Ohio River. This one's a blue. So let's see what kind of blue we're gonna get. This was like, of the swatches, this collection was the brighter of the swatches. And I guess I'm silly to like not realize that like they would have like some pretty bright colors in their ink inventory. This is pretty. This is like a cerulean blue. I love cerulean. But yeah, I just like never considered that they would have like some like really neon leaning colors. So that'd be interesting to kind of like play around with those, but those aren't like colors that I tend to ink pens up with. So I would have to be in a very specific mood and probably only get like a ink sample. This is gorgeous. Well, first of all, this is a cerulean. This is like so pretty. I love cerulean. This reminds me of my Texas Bluebonnet by Noodlers. And I think that was like a Drum Ghouls exclusive. And I would be interested to see how this one plays on lots of different papers when I get it inked up into a pen. Because the Texas Bluebonnet, it feathers like really badly on everything except for Tomoe River paper, which is a drag. I use a Leuchtturm notebook at work, and I would like my inks to not feather. That's so pretty. So pretty. All right, the next one let's do is Pennsylvania Fieldstone. This one is a wild card for me. I really don't remember if this is supposed to be a gray. Everything that I've guessed to be gray, it's like kind of gray, not really. This one from the cap does look like this is my gray. This is like an earthy brown clay gray. Wow, they do a lot of different things with their colors. Holy cow. Like, their earth leaning colors, their earth toned colors are all so multidimensional, so multifaceted. I really don't know what the proper ink terminology is for it, but that's what intrigued me about this brand. Like, nothing is what it seems when I've been inking them all up. Yeah, this is like the color of slate. But no, I have an ink called slate. I guess this is the color of fieldstone. All right, Penny Sil. Oh gosh, I screwed it all up. Pennsylvania. Why did I do Pennsylvania? Oh well. It's gonna drive me nuts. New card. I can't. Is anyone else like that? I can't. All right, let's try this again. Pennsy. Okay, let's do this one again. I can't. I couldn't make that screw up work. If Fieldstone, is one of those like really clay-based stones, it does look a little pink too. I'm used to a lot of sandstone that is definitely pink, so Fieldstone has a little bit more gray to it than a sandstone would. Cool. My water still has that green on top. It looks like swamp water, but with like a little bit of Secret of the Ooze mixed in it. If you know, you know. Now, let's get this right. We cannot redo the whole page if you screw this up. Okay. PENNSYL Vania. There we go. That is pulling up and it's looking so cool. Did I not do Ohio River? Wow. Okay. We have to do Ohio River. Oh my gosh. What was I thinking? As far as like swatches go, that one is definitely the most round and perfect swatch I've done of the day. Okay, Ohio River. I've actually driven across the Ohio River. I couldn't tell you much about it other than that. And of all the states like represented here, Kentucky and Ohio I've been to. I have not been to Pennsylvania, to my knowledge. An airport. No, I haven't even been to their airport, so can't even make that small claim. Okay, we are on to the last one. Pennsylvania Slate. Let's do this. Do we want to guess and see if it's going to be a gray? Nope, it's not a gray. I make that joke because I've been guessing that everything is a gray, and it's not. It keeps surprising me. What is this? Okay, are you going to be able to see this? Ooh. What a color to end my day on. Wow, that's pretty. It's also kind of fun that, like, it's been so long since I've purchased these inks that I'm like, I don't really remember what they're all supposed to be. As obvious by my guessing game that has gone horribly wrong. All right, we've got another Pennsylvania spelling. All right, Penn. I'm never going to forget how to spell this now. SYL Vania. I'm going to forever remember this ink swatching video. I'm never going to forget how to spell Pennsylvania ever again. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. I just have to say, shout out Dominant Industries for this wonderful free pipette that comes with their inks, because it has come very handy, and it's like so small and dainty, so user-friendly compared to my other pipette. Oh, that's gorgeous. If I don't immediately rush out and ink this up in a pen, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. a good showing of ink, and I'm very happy I decided to take the leap during their sale. And I think if you're interested in getting a lot of inks from one company, they do like bundle a lot of their inks together in these sets. I saw that a lot of their sets were these smaller 30 ml bottles, and not all of them are going to be the 100 ml bottles. It's a wet ink. It's beautiful to write with. Just some interesting shading, some interesting, I think duochrome. Just some interesting color combos that we have here in this ink. I have been happy with every single swatch that I've made. Some of them were so surprising. Weeping Willow, I think, and Pennsylvania Fieldstone. These two were the ones that kind of took me by the most surprise. Iron Ore, I just thought that was going to be a gray. Turns out it's not. But that's probably why I added Eroded Bronze to the cart, because I needed my gray. This is a gorgeous showing. And like I said, Birmingham Pen Company, all of their aesthetics are just top notch. And I'm telling you, every single bit of detail that went into the package of all of these inks, it was all sustainable packaging, first of all. So we love to see that. Even their even your slip, your receipt, your packing slip, even that branding was the same branding as the same branding as their labels. It was so on point, every single detail. So I had a very, very positive experience overall with Birmingham Pen Company, and I will likely be ordering from them again. If I see more of these 30 ml bottles, that might be the direction I go, unless I see 100 ml that I'm absolutely wild about. I don't know what I'll do. Gosh, my favorite color of the day. Which one would that be? No, Butcher's Broom I'm very happy about, and I'm very happy about these two blues. I kind of want to ink something up in these two very, very soon. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this pen swatch party, or not pen swatch, this ink swatch party, and hearing a little bit about my vacation that I was just on. I've got a lot to catch up on, and so I hope to bring you some good content moving forward, and that you enjoyed yourself while I was gone. Just had a great first start of your August for everybody. If you have not already, please go ahead, comment, subscribe, do all of those wonderful engagement things. That really helps this channel to grow, and I appreciate y'all so much. Now that I'm back from vacation, I kind of have to figure out what I want to do for my 1,000 sub giveaway. I said before I left that y'all caught me off guard, and I wasn't expecting to hit 1,000 subs, and it happened very quickly, so I'm so appreciative of y'all, and I want to share that with you and get you some fun goodies in a giveaway. All right, I think that's about it. Yeah, we already did comment, subscribe. You know how these videos end. Talk to you later. Bye.